So it's Thursday the 26th of April and South Africa is about to head into lockdown because of COVID-19. We've got a few hours left. I'm just squeezing in my last training run before we all have to stay at home. So I think this is my 8th day straight of running. Had a feeling that something was going to happen, so I've been trying to cram in a little bit of mileage, knowing that a bit of rest was coming. But with comrades less than 12 weeks away, according to the current race dates and according to current information, and yes, I do think the Comrades Marathon Association has been extremely remiss in not announcing a postponement yet, because once this lockdown is finished, 8.5 weeks is not enough to prepare for comrades. So they can't have it. They really can't have it on the 14th of June, but they haven't announced the postponement yet, which I think is bad form. But anyway, trying to cram as much in before the lockdown as I can, and I just thought I'd share some ideas on what you can do just to try and keep as fit as you can if you don't have a treadmill or even an indoor cycle trainer, I suppose. But yeah, there's a lot you can do. So based on the high intensity interval training principles, you can really do a lot to maintain your cardiovascular fitness. But just getting your heart rate up really high, even for really short periods, and you really only have to do that once a week is enough, and you just go for about 90 seconds as hard as you can once you're warmed up, and do a couple of sets of that, and that'll keep your blood volume up. It'll keep your cardiovascular fitness relatively high over a short period, like a 3-week break. And then anything that you can do to mimic impact, so skipping would be a good idea, and then focus on strength work. You can do a lot at home even without weights, and just remember, you've got to try and reproduce the demands of running. So lots of lunge type movements, step up, step down, concentrate on pelvic stability and control, and that'll actually help you a lot with your running form and your control, so that when we all can get back going again, that you actually benefit from that. And then when you're doing squat movements, make sure you keep your heels on the ground and really engage those glutes, and squat nice and low, very important. And anything plyometric, obviously you mimicking impact, but do it with correct form. And obviously plyometrics will also help get your heart rate up really high. So take that approach to training, do what you can, run up and down stairs if you live in a block of flats. Yeah, just try your best really. I'll take a couple of short clips over the next few days and add it to the tail end of this to show you the type of thing I'll be doing. I will be running shuttles and using some kettlebells for weights and lots of overhead squats. I really like that exercise. I think it's a really good running posture exercise. Really works on keeping extension in your back and keeping you nice and upright for running. So I really believe that's a good exercise, and all you need is a broomstick. That is good enough. You might notice from the route profile of our run today that it looks very resemblant of the section of the Comrades route. I was dropped off in Kloof. We have come up to my in-laws for the lockdown period because they have an acre garden, and we have 2 young boys and 3 dogs. So we're going to spend a bit of time up here, and I also plan to take advantage of the fact that we have an acre of space to run around and might be able to get a 500 meter loop run. Welcome to my garden lap. This is going to be how I do the longest of my runs. We're on day 2 of lockdown. Had a day's rest yesterday after having run 8 days straight, and just tried to do a bit extra while we could get out on the road, and actually ran part of the way here to my in-laws' house. They live at the bottom of Persist Hill basically. Along part of the Comrades route, as I mentioned, and they've got a nice big garden, and I can get a 320 meter lap in the garden. You can see the family doing an online gym class on the veranda. I've got the dogs for company. They're following me around part of the way and then taking rests, which is nice. And we're going round and round and round. I don't know how many laps I've done. My GPS is keeping count, although I don't think it does very well with the corners. I think it cuts the corners a bit short, but that's not serious. What's important is to just keep going and keep active and keep healthy. So here's my little dog Purdy and Harley. These 2 are the runners. They have fatigued a little bit and have lost a bit of interest. I've been going now for almost 40 minutes. Here's the jump. A little bit of power there. And then we're going round and round and round and round. But I have to say this is way better than what I would have at home, and way better than what most people have. So we'll do a little bit of that later. Don't know how far I'm going to go, and I will try and do some of this barefoot. I'm just trying to tread the path a little, get some of the sharper sticks and things out of the way with shoes on, and then later we'll do a bit of barefoot running as well, which will also be good. So Tour de Garden attempt number 1, just doing the last 2 Ks barefoot. That slowed me down a little bit being barefoot. Here comes the jump. So I think I'm going to stop at about 12 Ks and do it again tomorrow, however far we get. I think just the days that we are up here, being able to do this will help a lot. And then on the other days, I'm going to do shuttle runs and shorter high intensity stuff and power work. And hopefully that'll keep me going for 3 weeks. So that's just a couple of examples of the type of workout that'll cross over with strength, but also just elevate your heart rate for a sustained period. When I was jumping over the tree log there, I was trying to keep going for 3 minutes in total with the 3 variations of the exercise, just to try and keep my heart rate up for a period of time before I moved on with the other stuff where my heart rate then dropped. It's very important to keep your blood volume up, that you do just get your heart rate up at least once a week if you can. So you need to do something high intensity, whether that's running shuttles or doing plyometrics, or just any way that you can. You can even get on a stationary trainer and just turn the resistance up and just spin your legs for like 45 seconds, have a short rest, spin them again, and do like 5 sets like that, and it'll get your heart rate up really quickly. And you need to do that if you're trying to sustain fitness over a period like this where you've got to stay home for 3 weeks. In case you're very jealous, we're only going to be here for a few days before we head home, and at home we do have a much smaller garden, so we'll be doing stuff like running shuttles and going up and down the few steps that we've got in our backyard. I'll also be doing overhead squats with a broomstick there, along with the stuff that I can do with kettlebells and other things. So yeah, just try and keep fit, try and mimic the impact of running wherever you can. There really is no substitute for that, and aside from that, just do your best with working on weaknesses. I can really feel I need to work my glutes and my low back to work on my kind of ability to hold good running posture and good form for a period of time. So I was targeting that with what I was doing here, with the kind of back planks and the front squats, just trying to work on holding that form and connecting my hamstring, glutes, and particularly my low back. That's where I'm very weak, is at the bottom of my low back. So working on a bit of weaknesses, just think of whatever yours are and target that and try and work on strength in those areas. So have fun over the next few weeks, try and keep fitter, and yeah, we'll see when this all ends.